Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Maybe you can't. Hold on.
We need to speak.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. That might help.
I can't hear you.
Can you not? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
They've gone quiet again now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, okay, got you now. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
How are you feeling after Monday?
Okay. I'm back to my non-glamorous self.
You did look quite glamorous on Monday, to be fair.
I didn't realise there was, but thank you.
Making the effort.
Pardon?
Making the effort.
I can't hear you properly. Should I use my headphones?
Yeah, it might be an idea.
Okay, hang on.
Can you hear me now?
Say that again.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Good. Good, good, good. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I've got a cold.
Have you really?
Yeah. Woke up yesterday full of cold, but apart from that, I'm fine.
Nice, nice. Is it like I always, when I get sick now, I'm 39 next week. And when I get sick now, I find it harder to recover than what I did when I was like 30.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same, but just got to crack on, haven't you?
That's it. That's literally it. No excuses. No excuses.
No.
So you've signed up for
No.
tomorrow to Boomerang, haven't you?
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the event will be, on the social media workshop we're doing.
Okay.
So yeah, that'll be good. That'll be useful for you, that as well.
Okay. So that what tomorrow, did you just say that's what tomorrow will be about?
No, Boomerang is the networking group, but the social media workshop we're doing in a few weeks' time that I sent you
Okay.
last night will be in the same
Yeah.
place. So that'll be cool.
Oh, okay. I get you.
So how did
Okay.
you find Rob's coaching session?
I don't know. Just I think the problem was is that I think what I chose as a subject was the wrong thing. And I had said to him in the car on the way over, can you just like give me a subject to do? Um, and obviously he didn't do that. And then um, yeah, so I kind of got caught a bit spur of the moment in having to think about something. And ironically, that was kind of what I was saying is that when I'm put on the spot, I can't think of things to say. And that was obviously point proven because I came up with something stupid. Um,
To be fair to
so
both
yeah,
sides, I think that's the whole point of his coaching. And I think it is quite,
yeah,
it's quite a, it's quite a brutal approach, I think, but effective in the sense that it is
yeah,
brutal. But on the other side of it, it
yeah,
is like sort of hard hitting questions and some like I found like when I was he was asking the questions and I was thinking about my answers that I would have gave and I found it tough
yeah,
to answer. So never mind you who's actually
yeah,
having the session. You know what I mean? So
yeah. It was tough. And I think it would have been tough if it was just like me and Rob in a room on our own. And then obviously there was like you guys and the cameras and the lights. And
yeah.
it was like, somebody just get me a drink.
Well,
But
I
yeah, no,
promise you
it's
next time.
fine.
Well, well, next time you come in, it'll be a lot more relaxed.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll
Um,
leave Rob at home.
yeah, yeah. So content wise, how are you
Yep.
finding like sort of what we've talked about so far?
What I've done.
Yeah, just like generally, like sort of with like when you thought about how you're gonna like configure your content moving forward, how, sort of what's the sort of thought process behind that?
Okay, so after we spoke last week, I've done um I've done like a document with sort of like the top 20. I'd already done 50 mortgage questions, but then I've broken it down. So I've now got the top 20 mortgage questions, the top 10 protection questions, and then I've broken it down into like knowledge gaps and pain points as well. So I've got a document with all of these um, questions on. I need to refine some of the answers on some of them, but basically I've got all of those questions ready to go. So it's just then a question of whether I have a go at filming them myself or whether I come in and do it with you.
Yeah. So I think the question, like to sort of navigate that, would be in like in like a dream world, like how do you see it looking? Do you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
mean, it's not impossible. Like I was speaking, like one of our clients, Suzanne, came in before, and I was talking to her about it. It's like she's doing like website content. She's got a membership.
Yeah.
She's got like different tiers of a service that she's offering, and like some of the live stuff that she does is like this. She does it on this exact platform. So she'll do Q&As and live streams and stuff like that, which are like live. That's like from her kitchen. She can do that quite easily. Log in, people log in.
Yeah.
She can kind of get that content. But when it comes to like the website content and the stuff that's in the membership, she just said like she just wants it to look a bit more like pro. She wants it to be edited well. She hasn't got the time to do it, and so that's what the strategy that we put in place for her is like all like the sort of more paid professional stuff, like your onboarding,
Yeah.
you know, your welcome email when someone signs up to you. There's a video for that. There's a video for like um, inside the membership she's got, and then in terms of uh, like common questions or frequently asked questions or knowledge gaps, what she does is she films like a live stream like this every week on a certain
Yeah.
topic, and then she'll have like maybe half an hour's worth of content just sitting there that we take and edit and everything. But then also, what she'll do is she'll cover
Yeah.
that topic in here as well. So when she comes in, she'll
Okay.
cover that topic, and then what she'll end up with is maybe like a 5-minute video on that particular topic that she can just stick in her membership or stick in her service, or use as like a lead magnet, or uses just uses like a like a like a an icebreaker for potential clients. So if one of your frequently asked questions, for example, is how do I navigate buying my first home, or how do I navigate extending the finance on my current home, you can make a 5-minute video on that thing and use that as like a lead magnet, because the likelihood is that question is going to be asked over and over again.
Yeah.
So it kind of kills two birds with one stone, in the sense that it's answering the frequently asked question, but it's also filling the knowledge gap, and it's also solving pain points.
Yeah.
So the best content kind of fills all three things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that when I had that list, I went through that list of like the 50 questions and realized that they kind of covered like the Venn diagram that you talked about. So it was then like just breaking them down into the different sections, but they do overlap.
Yeah, they will, and the best content does that.
Yeah.
So one thing you don't need is like a content calendar where you know exactly what you're posting and this and that. You don't need that. What you need is to know your ideal clients inside out, and and get that messaging dialed in so tight that when you put that content out, it just hits that person every time.
Yeah.
Because good content finds a way. That content will find its way to the right person. It will.
Yeah.
But the caveat to that is the content's got to actually be good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Now, that's
Yeah.
not to say, that is not to say that when you start out, every piece of content is going to be a banger, because obviously it's not.
Yeah.
And I'd be bullshitting you if I said every piece of content will be a banger, but that's what I'm here for, right? I'm here to help you with that.
Yeah.
So each content should just get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. That's it.
Okay.
And you
So
kind of like learn, like it's like a trial and error thing. You put a piece of content out, you see what's worked, you see what's not worked, and then you make the next one better. And over time, you might put 100 posts out, and then after 100, it would be unreasonable to say that it would be worse after 100 posts, right?
yeah, definitely. I think it's just trying to do it in a way that gets attention, and because like so far anything I've put on that's sort of what I would class as educational doesn't actually really get that much engagement, because let's face it is quite boring. The things that I put on, like the one that was me sat in my car, the one where I did the reel of come with me to the move meeting, those are the ones that seem to get more engagement. So I think I just need to figure out a way of doing them. So whether it's me sat in your content room or me sat in my car, just doing them in a way where there's maybe graphics and subtitles as well. That those are the ones that seem to get more engagement.
Yeah, I mean, think of it like a basic marketing funnel. So at the top of that funnel, you've got awareness, right? So awareness is like casting the net nice and wide. You're going to get loads of eyeballs, but it's probably a bit less specific than what you would like to be talking about. So it's like less niche almost. Yeah. So the stuff that kind of gets more engagement is the stuff that's a bit less niche. It's a bit less salesy. It's a bit less advertising your stuff, but it's stuff that you could kind of like. It's like you made a meme, or like you made like a something that was like kind of like making a joke about something. You know what I mean? You know, when it's like when your kids are driving you up the wall, and it's like kids are screaming or something like that. That's like engagement posts, and that's like awareness. So what you're doing there is you're casting the net nice and wide, and you're kind of just seeing what sticks. So you might get 1,000. Let's say you get 1,000 views, and then you might get 100 people that might stick around after that. But after that fact, like 1,000 people won't be too engaged in just like that particular post. But then you start to nurture people down the funnel. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So it's awareness at the top,
Yeah.
which is like nice and wide. Then it gets a little bit narrower, which is nurturing. So nurturing is like people who have not made the decision, and you kind of just helping them make a decision. And then the conversion, which is like the smallest part of the funnel at the bottom, is like pay me money now, basically.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So all them topics
So
that
you're nurturing.
So all them topics that you come up with, like knowledge gaps, frequently asked questions, you can make engagement style posts about them things. You can make nurturing posts about them things, and you can make conversion posts about them things. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Now, all that might sound quite overwhelming, but it's not actually, once you get into it, it's not actually rocket science, because it's stuff that you're probably just doing every day anyway.
Yeah.
It's probably stuff that you like. If you spoke to a client today, it's probably stuff that they've just already said to you, basically.
Yeah. I understand. So what would your advice be in terms of like how to do the posts? Would you, in terms, sorry, I'm not with it today because I don't feel great.
No, like Carly, with this, just take your time with it, because I want, like, one thing it shouldn't be as overwhelming, and one thing it should give you is a lot of clarity.
Yeah, I know. I feel like days like today, I'm thinking, oh, I need to post something because I want to keep the momentum up of posting regularly. But I kind of like felt like shit and I don't sound great. So I thought I don't want to record myself. So I just put like a generic post up just so that I'm still posting something.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to put like a boring, this is why you should have insurance post, because those just don't do anything, I don't think. But in terms of this stuff, like what do you think is the best way of posting it? Do you think it's literally me talking to the camera, or do you think it would be good to literally like film like a whole podcast and then just chop it up and then pepper it out?
Yeah, so the answer I would actually give to that is a bit of both.
Okay.
So there's some topics that need a bit more polish and a bit more context, and it's like you can expect them kind of posts. Like, look at Mark Waldron's a great example. So we'll do a lot of posts where it's like he'll put like ask you questions with a spatula.
Yeah.
So then posts are like nothing to do with the business, but they cast the net nice and wide, and they're always at networking, and it kind of gets people engaged, right? So that's like the top of his funnel.
Yeah.
And then the ones where he kind of like just talks himself will get less engagement, but are more sort of value driven.
Okay.
The ones where he actually talks about his business get less engagement, right? Which is kind of not what it's not what you want, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So he, like, Mark's clever in the sense that he knows that at the top of his funnel, if he just keeps doing them interviews and asking silly questions, he'll get loads and loads of engagement, and maybe a few people might join networking as a result of it.
Yeah.
But then when he actually talks about his business, he knows that the people who stuck around will see that, but even though it's a bit like less engaging.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, what really helps with this actually is formats. So most people actually overcomplicate content massively. So the secret actually isn't posting more to be more consistent. It's actually just like it's actually like designing a format that makes consistency effortless. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
So what I mean by that is, so think of a format as like a creative operating system.
Okay.
Okay. So it's not just like an idea that you've got and you're just going to create a post about it. It's like almost like a repeatable structure that you can use over and over and over again. So one of my formats is a podcast. So
Yeah.
I can just film a podcast every week and I can repeatedly just put that out every week. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then because it's longer form, people can deep dive into them topics a bit more because it's longer form.
Yeah.
Now, that could be anything. It could be short form. It could be a daily vlog. It could be a podcast. It could be question and answers. It could be mortgage Mondays, mortgage advice Mondays. It could be, you know, finance Fridays. Like, there's loads of like formats that you can do that are easily repeatable every week, and that will
Okay.
help you become more consistent with content creation.
Okay.
Now, there's no right or wrong answer to that. Like, you can pick the format that you want, and that suits you and your business idea better. You know what I mean? But remember, like, if you don't have a format, every post starts from zero. So you could say that one of Mark's formats is the spatula videos. That's one of his formats.
Yeah. With the questions.
And that's easily repeatable for him, and he can be really consistent with his content because he knows he goes to networking 3 times a week and he can just ask people the questions and he's got a load of content straight away.
Yeah.
So that's a format. That's not something that he's just kind of, he's not winging that every week. He's just, it's a repeatable thing for him to do.
Yeah.
And the difference being, one will burn you out, and if you don't have a format, it will burn you out, and if you do have a format, it won't burn you out. But you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Does that make sense? And that's where I think, again, I'm not overly selling the content really, but that's where the content really helps our clients because we offer them formats. You know what I mean? Them formats are easily repeatable because you can just come in once a month, film a big batch of content, and off you go. You know what I mean?
Is this you nurturing me?
You getting it? That's what the hugs are for. That's what the hugs are for, Carly.
Oh no, that's the problem with these online meetings, isn't it? I don't get a hug.
I know. Not everyone gets a hug, you know.
Pardon?
Not everyone gets a hug. So yeah, like it's so I would be thinking about what your format is, and then stick the content pillars within them formats. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm thinking I really like the Mortgage Mondays one. I've actually got that written down somewhere else. So I'm just wondering if I film a load of stuff and then like edit it so that then on every Monday, not just a Monday, but I'm trying to come up with something for a Wednesday, and then it's like 3 times a week. So like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I release a little video.
You could spend half an hour creating 5 posts on mortgages every Monday.
Yeah.
Just bang them out. And then you've essentially got 5 weeks worth of content within that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on a Wednesday, you've got the same. And then on a Friday, you've got the same. And you don't have to edit them all on the spot. You can edit them as they're going out.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have whiteboard Wednesdays where I always do something on a whiteboard.
Yes. Great idea. Great idea. Now, you don't have to tell people that it's called Whiteboard Wednesdays. You know what I mean?
Just do it.
just do the whiteboard, and it becomes that. And subconsciously, people get in the cadence of seeing a whiteboard on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, like, you're calling it Whiteboard Wednesdays, but no one has to know that it's called Whiteboard Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then,
Okay.
and then on Friday, it could be like Finance Masters Friday, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. In terms of the whiteboard, what's your view on an actual physical whiteboard or a electronic whiteboard on the screen with like my head in the corner? Oh, you've disappeared. Was that bad an idea?
I met Steve a good few weeks ago now, back in like middle of October at Carmel Dickens Business Feast. So thank you, Carmel. And we got talking, and he invited me over to do a podcast at the content room. And this content room is like nothing else.
Are you watching my story?
Cool.
You okay?
Are you watching my story?
Yeah, I was just watching it there. It's good. I'll
Yeah,
finish watching it after.
yeah, Sue is amazing. You know, she was great on the podcast. Um, so yeah, I mean, um, yeah, formats are a great way to just slip your content pillars into. So you take
Okay.
mortgage. So if you said my content pillars are mortgages, um, finance, whatever they are, and then sliding them into
Yeah.
them formats that you can easily just repeatably do every week. It's just a
Yeah.
great way of doing it. Just a great way of doing it.
Okay.
Because it doesn't like necessarily save you time as such, but it feels like it's saving you time because you just know what you're doing every week.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Like you're not having to think like, oh, what am I going to do? Because you've kind of got it mapped out.
Yeah, exactly
So
right.
the question before you got logged out was physical whiteboard versus digital
Yeah.
whiteboard.
So be careful with the physical. It can work, but they're very hard to edit to make them look good.
Okay.
So with the whiteboard, with the physical whiteboard, it's you physically doing something which is quite engaging, and it's visual, which is engaging, and it's easy to film and edit. So just keep that in mind. You can make the digital whiteboards work, but just be very careful with it, and they're harder to edit.
Yeah.
But in terms of
Yeah.
just like bang,
No.
in terms of just like bang for your buck, I would say if you've got a whiteboard that you can easily film on, unreal.
Okay. And you said you have whiteboards, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got a whiteboard. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So if I did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I was putting something out 3 times a week, and it
Mm,
was good quality, you
yeah.
think that's enough?
Yeah, and then on top of that, I would put some personal branding stuff in there. So you've got a format for like 3 posts a week, but then your personal brand is just like kind of what you're up to, like what your interests are, where are you with clients, any testimonials, like insights from meetings that you've had. So I might do
Yeah.
an example of that might be, I might just get on my phone and be like, you know what, I just had a great consultation with Carly.
Yeah.
We gave it all these format ideas, and um, we put a little bit of a strategy in place for it. It was really cool to just like see them ideas like slot into place. I'm looking forward to seeing the content. That's all that has to
Yeah.
be. Do you know what I mean? But it gives a little bit of social proof in the sense that I'm working with clients. It gives a
Yeah.
little bit of like indication of how I help people, but it's not diving into the actual subject matter itself.
Yeah.
It's just a
No,
good
I
way of doing it.
understand.
Yeah, it's a really good way of doing it.
Okay. That's good.
So you can kind of like,
Okay.
you have like 3 set formats every week, but you can add to that with like so there's a really good acronym, CASE acronym. So if you think of it like a acronym CASE, so C is
Yeah.
connection. So connection could be like a picture with, like I've been doing a lot of that recently, the pictures with people coming into the content room. It could be a picture of your kids, it could be a picture of your dog, it could be um it just like a nice picture or video that builds connection.
Yeah.
Then the A is authority. So what makes you a go-to for the subject matter that you're talking about? So that could be
Yeah.
something like just telling people a fact. It could be, did you know this? It could be um, showing people that you are working with people in a, showing,
Mm-hmm.
people finally got the first mortgage. Like a lot of driving instructors do that kind of thing where it's like, made up that Johnny's passed his driving test and there's a picture of Johnny
Yeah.
with his little certificates and whatever. And then S is social proof. So that means like case studies, testimonials, that story that you just listened to then. Sue was bigging me up. So that's a bit of social proof. And then the E is education, which is like just educating people around the topic. It's a really good framework to use.
Okay. Yeah.
Really, really, really good one. And then yeah, I mean, like with that, you will have like so many content ideas in terms of like your formats. You can fill them knowledge gaps and frequent asked questions into them formats, and then you've got your personal branded stuff, which is just what you're doing day to day. And then you've really filling your week out. Then you really just filled your week out.
Okay.
And I love it. I absolutely love it. And it'd be cool for you to see that. So like there is, to answer your question from before, there is parts of it that need a bit more polish and a bit more panache. Like for example, a podcast like this wouldn't be as good as a podcast in the content room.
No,
it's just not. But if you're in the car and you just finished with the client, you're not going to come to the content room to do that. Like, so there's a bit of both needed.
Yeah, I know. So which bits would you recommend I do in the content room?
I would do like maybe like some quick fire Q&As. I'd probably do some like medium form videos, like like 5 minutes answering around a topic. So pick some topics, some like really important topics at the moment. Like for example, the budget's coming out next week, isn't it? You know, the government budget.
Yeah, the week after, 26.
So that might be something to start thinking about and start making some videos around like key points for like first time buyers and you know, start to think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And then obviously like leading into Christmas, what the house prices are expected to do in January, going what the budget means to homeowners, landlords, this and that, right?
Yeah.
So there's loads and loads of stuff that we can dive into. Now, if you were going to work with us, what I would do is I would sit down with you. I would come up with these formats and fill these formats out with loads of ideas. Then I would bring you into the content room, film all them ideas, and give you all the content. And then I'd give you like a distribution strategy to like put it out there. Yeah. But you're going to get so much bang for your buck within that in the content room.
Yeah.
That you could probably space that out for the next 2 months anyway. Because then you just fill out all the rest of the content with your like day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
We could do all the formatted stuff, and then the non-formatted stuff you can just do day-to-day because that's just kind of like ad hoc. I've had a meeting today. I've had a good content meeting. I've been to Move networking or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's loads of there's a bit of a mix of both. Now, if I was being like really greedy, I'd just be like, yeah, do it all in the content room. But like you know, you need a bit more than that. But I mean, we could just load for you. To be fair,
I know. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So you're going to have to come up with a price for me then if I want to do that. And then we'll look at doing it.
So just to give you an idea, what I usually charge for this would be about £1,000. But what I would do is if you were to do it, I would obviously basic edit all the videos. So they're all ready to go for social. And I just give you like instructions of what to do, when to post, when posting it. So you do all like the sort of like, you know, putting like the text on the top of it and all that yourself. And that'd be $650. If you wanted to do that, we'd just do the whole thing from start to finish, and you'd have the next like 2 months worth of content boxed off. If that's a bit much, then obviously I understand that. Like there's no pressure or anything. But yeah, I'd love to have you on board.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What I would suggest is have a think about it. I don't expect an answer now, but have a think about it.
Yeah.
And see how you feel about it. And if you want to do it, then I would love to have you in.
Okie doke. All right. I'll have a think. I'm going to see you in the morning anyway, aren't I?
You shall. You shall. You shall.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Don't stand me up in the morning and make me go into a room full of strangers by myself.
It's only middle-aged white men and you. I'm only joking.
Great.
No, there's loads of women there as well.
Okay.
You'll love
Good.
it. You'll love it. You'll meet Helen as well, who's Michael Moon.
Okay. Yeah. So Helen, yeah, I know. I've seen her a couple of times actually because she's at the rugby club a lot at weekends. And my eldest son plays rugby, so yeah, she might recognise me. So
You'll be great. You'll be great, honestly. Just embrace it. Very welcoming.
Pardon?
Very welcoming. It's nice. It's a nice group.
Okay. My 1 minute thing. What do I do? Do I literally just say
Literally
like
just say,
who
yeah,
I am?
yeah, just literally who you are, what you do, how you help people, and who you're looking for. That's it. But
Okay.
all the guests who are in the room do it at the end. So everyone will say their piece first, and then by the time it gets to you, you're just kind of like so used to it that you just do it anyway.
Right, okay. So I won't have to like go first or anything.
No. It's all the guests at the end. No, but I'll see you
Okay.
there. I'll get there for about. I usually get there for about quarter to 7.
Okay.
A bit of network, and then everyone sits down.
Okay. I'll do the same.
Cool.
I'll hang around outside until you get there.
Yeah. Cool. I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No problem. I'll message you later.
All right. Thank you.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.